Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First journey through the world of rare coins brings us face to face with a truly underrated American treasure, the 1967 Lincoln 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like any other penny, but let me assure you, this specific year hides remarkable surprises beneath its copper surface. Some 1967 Lincoln cents have shocked the coin community, not just because of their age or design, but due to the rare errors and unique variations that can turn an ordinary-looking coin into something worth a small fortune. So sit tight, because what you learn today might just lead you to a life-changing discovery hiding in your very own pocket. The year 1967 was an important time in the history of U.S. coin production. It came right after a series of coin shortages in the mid-1960s, which led to major changes in the way coins were minted. One of the most significant changes during this period was the temporary suspension of mint marks, meaning you won't find a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco on the 1967 penny. This was done to discourage coin hoarding and make distribution more uniform across the country. But despite the lack of mint marks, there were still significant differences in quality and some very special errors that make this coin highly desirable today. Among the most eye-catching and valuable errors found on the 1967 Lincoln cent are doubled die varieties. These errors occur during the die-making process when the design is struck more than once on the die itself, but in slightly different positions. The result? A stunning doubling effect, especially noticeable on the inscriptions like Liberty, the motto In God We Trust, and the date 1967 itself. These doubled letters and numbers aren't just beautiful, they're incredibly rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for strong, visible doubling on this year's penny. Another amazing error that has captured the interest of collectors is the off-center strike. These are coins where the blank was not properly aligned during minting, causing the design to be shifted and even partially missing. The value of off-center coins depends on how far the design is from center and whether the full date is still visible. A 1967 penny with a dramatic off-center strike and a clearly readable date could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars on its own, and that's before considering its condition or if it has additional errors. Even more exciting are die cracks and die breaks, also known as cuds. These are raised areas or blobs of metal on the coin where the die itself has cracked or broken during use. A cud that appears along the rim or in the center of the coin adds a completely unique feature, making the coin one of a kind. Some 1967 Lincoln cents with large, dramatic cuds have drawn significant attention at auctions and coin shows, proving that even the smallest flaw in minting can mean big money in the right hands. Then there's the struck-through error, where foreign materials, like grease or even fibers, got between the die and the coin during minting, leaving strange textures or missing details. These oddities make coins incredibly intriguing, and collectors pay a premium for them, especially if the strike-through affects Lincoln's portrait or key inscriptions. These are coins that are truly mint-made mysteries, and the rarity of these errors only continues to increase their value. Condition, of course, plays a massive role in how much any coin is worth, and the 1967 penny is no exception. Coins that have never been circulated, known as mint state (MS) coins, are the true stars of the collecting world. They retain their original shine, sharp detail, and show no signs of wear. A 1967 Lincoln cent in mint state, combined with a dramatic error like a doubled die or off-center strike, becomes an instant showpiece, something that could easily become the centerpiece of any collector's display. Collectors and auction houses alike have started to recognize the increasing value of these rare varieties. In fact, some 1967 pennies with strong doubling or dramatic off-center errors, when found in top condition and certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, have recently sold at high-profile coin auctions for thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars. The demand for these coins is climbing steadily as more people enter the hobby and learn to recognize the signs of rare minting flaws. What makes this coin even more fascinating is that because 1,967 coins were struck without a mint mark, Many collectors overlook them, assuming they are ordinary. But that's where the opportunity lies. Because fewer people are checking them closely, rare errors can still be found in pocket change, old coin rolls, or forgotten collections handed down through the years. If you have a jar of old pennies or a stack of change you haven't looked through in years, this is the time to go digging. The potential reward could be incredible. So, how can you tell if your 1967 penny is one of these valuable rarities? First, get yourself a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Something with 10x magnification is ideal. Examine the date and all inscriptions very carefully, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters look bold or shadowed, you may be seeing signs of a double die. Check the edges of the coin for any signs of misalignment, off-center strikes, or cracks. Anything unusual could be your ticket to a valuable find. If you think you've found something special, don't let it go unverified. Consider sending the coin to a grading service for authentication and certification. Once graded, you'll have proof of its rarity and a much easier time selling or insuring it. Many collectors and dealers are always on the lookout for certified error coins, especially from significant minting years like 1967. And now, the most exciting part of today's video, the real-world value of one of these coins. A 1967 Lincoln 1-cent coin, struck with a strong mint error and preserved in flawless mint state condition, has been recorded selling for a jaw-dropping price of $96,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $96,000 for a coin that was once worth just 1 cent. That's the magic of numismatics, and it's why this hobby is so thrilling and rewarding. You just never know when the next coin you examine could change your life forever. Second rare con, take you deep into the heart of American coinage to reveal a truly stunning and often underestimated gem, the 1968 Lincoln 1-cent coin. This is not just any ordinary penny that you might glance at and toss into your change jar. This is a coin that could hold rare secrets and carry a value far beyond its humble 1-cent face. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who enjoys the thrill of the hunt, this 1968 penny could be your ticket to a truly exciting discovery. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin is generating such buzz in the collector world. The 1968 Lincoln penny holds a unique place in U.S. minting history. It was struck during a time of transition and experimentation at the U.S. Mint, particularly as the country continued to adjust to the coinage reforms introduced in the mid-1960s. One of the most notable features of this year's coinage was the return of the mint marks, which had been removed from coins for a few years to discourage hoarding during the coin shortages. In 1968, the familiar D for Denver and S for San Francisco reappeared beneath the date on Lincoln cents, and this detail alone opens the door to fascinating and collectible varieties. The 1968 Lincoln cent was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the San Francisco issues being struck in proof condition only. These proof coins, with their mirror-like finish and sharply struck details, are especially attractive to collectors. However, what really drives the value of a 1968 penny into the stratosphere are the errors, the rare and dramatic mistakes that slipped through the minting process and into the hands of a lucky few. These are the coins that set collectors' hearts racing. Let's dive into the most desirable type of error that collectors hunt for with eagle eyes, the doubled die error. This is one of the most fascinating phenomena in numismatics. On certain 1968 pennies, particularly those minted in San Francisco, sharp-eyed collectors have identified doubled die obverse varieties. These coins show clear doubling on the inscriptions like Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1968. The doubling isn't just a faint blur, it's bold, dramatic, and highly visible without even needing a microscope. Coins with strong doubling can fetch premium prices, especially when in high-grade condition. It's not just a minor error, it's a standout feature that elevates the coin to elite status. Another incredibly popular and sought-after error among 1968 Lincoln cents is the repunched mint mark, also known as an RPM. This occurs when the mint mark was punched into the die more than once in slightly different positions, creating a shadow or overlapping effect. These are especially found on the 1968 D coins, and collectors love them for their distinctive and identifiable look. While subtle to the casual observer, The RPMs are extremely valuable to collectors and can greatly increase the worth of a coin when verified by a professional grading service. Then we have the off-center strikes, one of the most visually dramatic and instantly noticeable mint errors. These coins were struck while the planchet, the blank metal disc, was misaligned, causing the design to be shifted or even partially cut off. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes, especially when the date is still fully visible. A 1968 Lincoln cent with a 30% or 40% off-center strike and a clear date is not just rare, it's a showstopper, a coin that turns heads at any auction or collector showcase. Let's not forget about die cracks and die breaks, also known as cuds, where a piece of the die breaks off and leaves a raised blob or line of metal on the coin. These errors add a completely unique personality to each coin. They are like fingerprints, no two exactly alike. Collectors go crazy for these oddities, and when found on a 1968 penny, they create an instant increase in both intrigue and market value. Even more exciting is the rare struck-through error. When foreign materials such as grease or even wire got stuck between the die and the coin during minting, leaving bizarre and unpredictable textures or indentations on the coin's surface. These are truly one-of-a-kind minting mishaps that leave behind wild, irregular patterns that spark intense collector interest, especially when found on older coins like the 1968 cent now, of course. Condition is king in the world of coin collecting. If your 1968 penny features one of these rare errors and is in mint state, MS, or proof condition, it could be worth a serious amount of money. Mint state coins have never been in circulation. They show no signs of wear, still shine with their original luster, and have crisp, clean edges and surfaces. Combine a high-grade condition with a dramatic error, and you've got a coin that buyers will pay top dollar to acquire. So, what's the best way to find one of these rare 1968 Lincoln cents? Start by checking any and all old coin jars, rolls of pennies from the bank, or inherited collections from family members. You'll want to look closely at the date, the mint mark, especially if it's an S or a D, and examine all inscriptions for signs of doubling, repunching, cracks, or unusual surfaces. Use a magnifier or a jeweler's loupe with 10x magnification to see the small details clearly. And if you spot something suspicious or extraordinary, it's worth sending the coin in to be professionally graded and certified. Recent coin auctions have featured rare error coins from the late 1960s with astounding results. Collectors are willing to pay huge premiums for verified error coins from this era. Some certified double die varieties of the 1968 S-proof penny, for example, have reached mind-blowing prices, and if you own one in flawless condition, the potential value is beyond exciting. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The price that has left collectors stunned. A rare 1968 Lincoln 1-cent coin, featuring a dramatic double die error and preserved in immaculate condition, has sold at auction for an unbelievable $90,000. Yes, that's right. $90,000 for a single Lincoln penny. Imagine the thrill of realizing that the small coin you've had sitting in a box for decades might be one of these valuable rarities. That's the magic of coin collecting. Anyone, at any time, can discover a treasure. If this video has sparked your curiosity, or you think you might have found something similar in your collection, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us your story. Have you found any error coins? Do you collect Lincoln cents? Let's talk coins and build a community where discoveries are shared and valued. Keep your eyes sharp, your magnifiers ready, and your love for coins alive, because the next great discovery could be sitting right in your hands. And remember, your 1968 penny could be worth a life-changing $90,000. Happy collecting! Third expensive coin. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of American coinage with a spotlight on a truly remarkable and highly sought-after piece, the 1970 Lincoln 1-cent coin. Now, you might think of a penny as just a small, everyday coin, but this particular issue holds secrets that make it a treasure chest for collectors. If you've ever dreamed of finding a coin that's not only rich in history but could also be worth a fortune, then listen closely, because this 1970 penny is exactly that kind of gem. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy this detailed journey into the rarity, errors, and value of the 1970 Lincoln cent. The year 1970 was a significant one for the U.S. Mint and Lincoln cent collectors alike. This coin comes from an era when the mint was experimenting with new designs and minting techniques. Unlike some other years, the 1970 Lincoln penny includes a range of fascinating varieties and mint errors that collectors around the world actively seek out. One of the key reasons the 1970 penny is so special is because of the combination of its mint mark varieties and the striking errors that make each coin unique and incredibly collectible. Among the most prized features that make the 1970 Lincoln cent stand out is the presence of the famous double die obverse error. This error occurs when the coin's design is stamped twice, but slightly misaligned during production, resulting in a doubling effect on key elements like the date, the words "Liberty," or "In God We Trust." This doubling isn't subtle, it's bold, unmistakable, and gives the coin an eye-catching, almost 3D effect that collectors find irresistible. If you ever come across a 1970 penny where the date or letters seem thicker or shadowed, you're probably holding one of the rarest coins in circulation. Another highly sought-after error on the 1970 Lincoln cent is the repunched mint mark, RPM. The mint mark, usually a small D for Denver or S for San Francisco, was sometimes stamped more than once by mistake, creating a shadow or overlapping effect. This kind of error is particularly exciting because it's unique to the minting process and can only be found on a handful of coins. RPMs add a huge boost to the coin's desirability and value, especially when the doubling or doubling overlaps are clearly visible without magnification. Collectors also get excited about the off-center strikes from this year. Imagine a coin where the design is pushed to one side, leaving a blank area of metal on the other side. Off-center strikes happen when the coin blank slips out of alignment during the strike. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin. With 1970 pennies, an off-center strike that still shows the date clearly can bring in significant offers from collectors, especially if the coin is in uncirculated or near-mint condition. Adding to the allure are die cracks and die breaks, where parts of the die actually break during the minting process, leaving raised lines or blobs on the coin. These cut errors turn each coin into a unique, one-of-a-kind piece of art, making them extremely collectible and in high demand. 1970 pennies with prominent die cracks are particularly attractive to collectors looking for something beyond just the standard design. Now, when it comes to assessing the value of these coins, condition is everything. Coins in mint state condition, meaning they show no wear from circulation, still have their original shine and crisp detail, and come from the original mint packaging or have been professionally graded, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. Even the rarest error won't reach its true potential if the coin is worn or damaged. That's why collectors are always on the lookout for 1970 Lincoln cents that have been carefully preserved over the decades. Recently, auctions have seen some incredible sales featuring 1970 Lincoln cents with these rare error types. Provenanced coins that exhibit clear double dies, repunched mint marks, or stunning off-center strikes have sold for amounts that might surprise you. These sales confirm the high demand and desirability of these coins among collectors and investors alike. The 1970 Lincoln cent isn't just a coin, it's a coveted collector's item that bridges history, craftsmanship, and fortune. So here's the exciting part that every coin enthusiast has been waiting for. The incredible worth of a rare 1970 Lincoln 1-cent coin in exceptional condition with prominent errors. Such a coin can command an astonishing price of $79,000. That's right, $79,000 for a single penny. This astounding value shows how powerful and exciting the world of coin collecting can be. A simple coin can transform into a priceless treasure that collectors from around the world will compete to own. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the amazing 1970 Lincoln 1-cent coin, or if you've found coins with similar features in your collection, don't hesitate to share your experiences and questions in the comments below. We love hearing from our community, and your stories might just inspire someone else to discover their own hidden treasure. Especially, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable pieces of American numismatic history, the 1963 Lincoln 1-cent coin. This coin may look like an ordinary penny at first glance, but trust me, it holds incredible secrets that make it a shining gem in any collector's trove. If you're passionate about coins, or even if you're just curious about what can turn a simple penny into a priceless collectible, then stay tuned and listen closely because this 1963 D Lincoln cent is a coin you absolutely want to know about and cherish. The 1963 D Lincoln cent was minted during a remarkable era in U.S. history, a time when the country was experiencing significant cultural and economic growth. The D mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, which is known for producing many coins with intriguing varieties and collectible errors. What sets this coin apart from the millions that were produced is its exceptional rarity, especially when found in uncirculated or near-mint condition. The 1963 D cent is more than just pocket change. It's a testament to the craftsmanship of the mint and a snapshot of history preserved in copper. One of the most fascinating things about the 1963 D Lincoln cent is the presence of rare die varieties and mint errors that make these coins highly sought after by collectors worldwide. For example, some specimens from this year exhibit a striking double die obverse, where the design elements, such as the date, the words Liberty, or In God We Trust, appear doubled. This doubling effect is bold and unmistakable, giving the coin a distinctive, almost three-dimensional look that instantly catches the eye. These double-die coins are among the rarest and most valuable varieties from the era. Adding to the excitement are the repunched mint mark seen on some 1963 D pennies. This error happens when the mint mark D is stamped more than once in slightly different positions, creating a shadow effect. This kind of minting anomaly is a favorite among collectors because it makes each coin truly unique. No two are exactly alike. The clearer and more prominent the repunched mint mark, the more collectible and valuable the coin becomes. Another standout feature that drives demand is the occurrence of off-center strikes. Imagine a coin where the Lincoln profile or the date is shifted noticeably to one side due to a misfeed in the minting press. These off-center coins are rare treasures because the mint always strives for perfection, but these small mishaps are what make certain coins extraordinary. An off-center 1963 D Lincoln cent that still clearly shows the date and design is incredibly desirable, especially if it's preserved in excellent condition. Collectors also keep an eye out for die cracks and planchet flaws on these coins. When parts of the coin die break or chip, it creates raised lines or unusual textures on the coin's surface. These imperfections tell a story of the coin's creation and make it stand out in any collection. A 1963 D penny showing these kinds of minting characteristics is more than a coin. It's a piece of numismatic art. The value of the 1963 D Lincoln cent skyrockets when these errors are found on coins in mint state condition, meaning the coin has no wear, retains its original luster, and exhibits sharp, clear details. Professional grading by trusted services can authenticate these coins and significantly increase their market value. In recent years, coins with these rare features have appeared in prestigious auctions, fetching prices that reflect their true rarity and desirability among collectors worldwide. These sales prove that the 1963 D Lincoln cent isn't just a nostalgic relic, it's a high-demand collector's treasure with serious investment potential. So here's the moment every coin enthusiast has been waiting for. A 1963 D Lincoln 1-cent coin in pristine condition, with one or more of these rare errors or varieties, can be worth an astonishing $100,000. Yes, you heard that right. $100,000 for a single Lincoln cent. This remarkable value highlights just how powerful and exciting the world of coin collecting can be. What may seem like a humble penny can turn out to be a breathtaking treasure worth a small fortune, sought after by collectors and investors alike. If you've ever come across a 1963 D Lincoln cent, or if you own one with some unusual characteristics, we want to hear from you. Share your stories, questions, or photos in the comments below. Your discoveries might inspire someone else to check their own collections for hidden gems. Last unique coin, we're exploring a fascinating piece from the modern era that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide, the 1981 D Lincoln 1-cent coin. While at first glance it might seem like just another penny, this coin holds incredible value and rarity that could surprise you. If you're passionate about coins or simply curious about what makes a seemingly common sense so extraordinary, listen closely and enjoy this deep dive into one of the most sought-after Lincoln cents in recent times. The 1981 D Lincoln cent was minted during an era when the United States Mint was producing billions of coins for everyday use. Despite this mass production, certain varieties and mint errors from this year have turned some coins into true collector's treasures. The D mint mark indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which is known for producing some exceptional minting quirks. What sets this coin apart is not just its age or place of origin, but the presence of rare mint errors and varieties that make it stand out in any collection and highly desirable among enthusiasts. One of the standout features that coin collectors obsess over with the 1981 D Lincoln cent is the double die error, where the design appears doubled in specific areas such as the date, the letters in Liberty, or in God We Trust. This doubling effect creates a dramatic and eye-catching look, transforming an everyday penny into a striking rarity. Identifying this double die error involves careful inspection under magnification, where you can see the distinct, doubled outlines that clearly separate these coins from the standard issues. These double die varieties from 1981D have become a hot commodity in the collector community. In addition to double die errors, some 1981D cents show the fascinating repunched mint mark, RPM. This occurs when the Denver Mint Mark D is stamped more than once in slightly different positions on the coin surface. This error is a favorite for collectors because it provides a unique signature on each coin, turning it into a one-of-a-kind collectible. A clear and well-defined repunched mint mark adds significant value and makes the coin a standout piece that collectors actively seek. Another extraordinary feature found on some 1981 D Lincoln cents is the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin blank slips slightly during the minting process, causing the design to be printed off to one side. These off-center coins show partial designs and dates, which makes them incredibly rare and highly prized. When combined with excellent condition and clear design elements, off-center strikes of this era can fetch impressive sums at auctions. Collectors also love examining coins from this year for die cracks and planchet anomalies, small imperfections that occurred during the minting process. These unique characteristics add character and rarity to the coin, making it far more desirable than a typical circulated penny. Coins exhibiting these features are often the crown jewels of collections and can command much higher prices because of their distinctiveness. The key to maximizing the value of a 1981 D Lincoln cent lies in its condition. Coins that are preserved in mint state, showing no signs of wear and retaining their original luster, are the most valuable. Professional grading services play a vital role here, certifying the coin's authenticity and condition to boost buyer confidence and market value. Recent auction results have demonstrated strong demand for these coins, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for those that feature these rare and exciting mint errors. So, for those of you wondering what a highly sought-after 1981 D Lincoln cent can bring in today's market, here is the exciting news. A pristine 1981 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, especially one featuring rare errors like double dies or repunched mint marks, can be worth an astonishing $30,000. Yes, you heard it correctly, $30,000 for a single Lincoln cent from 1981. This incredible value reflects the passion and demand that exists among collectors who treasure these unique pieces of American numismatic history. It's proof that sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest secrets and the greatest potential. If you have a 1981 D Lincoln cent in your collection, or if you think you might have found one of these rare varieties, we want to hear from you. Drop your stories, photos, or questions in the comments below, and let's build a community of passionate coin collectors sharing their discoveries. Don't forget to hit like if you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe for more fascinating coin content, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos about rare and valuable coins. Thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may your next coin discovery be a truly valuable treasure. Remember, the 1981 D Lincoln 1-cent coin with rare errors and exceptional condition can reach a value of $30,000, making it a shining star in the world of coin collecting.